Good morning, students. This is Kameshwari from Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society Group of Institutions. My subject Geotechnical Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about triaxial compression test. This is triaxial compression machine. So it consists of a dial gauge and we require soil sample, triaxial cell of porous stones. Water cannot enter into the that particular soil sample. That's why you can use porous stones, and also steel bars and radial gloves, grooves, and inlet, and also base wall. On and off water will flow through these walls, and the chamber in between water and air vent. After filling the water, slowly open the air wall, so any air will be in between the water that will be expelled from the that particular mold, and ball contact between the probing ring to the this platform. So now what is the procedure for determining the triaxial test in our laboratory? So here, that is, this test was introduced by C. Cresagrande and Terzaghi. What is the apparatus for liquid limit desired? Cresagrande apparatus. In this test, specimen is compressed by, in this test, specimen is compressed by applying the three principal stresses, that is sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. We can apply vertical load and water pressure and also air pressure, three pressures, sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. So the soil specimen used in this test is cylindrical in the shape with length 2 to 2.5 times the diameter. So here consists of a triaxial cell and loading frame with axis for applying gradual increasing axial load on specimen as constant rate of strain, and also provision for measuring axial force and axial displacement. Constant pressure system to apply and maintain constant cell pressure, constant cell pressure, and also pore water pressure measuring apparatus, volume change gauge. The specimen is kept inside the triaxial cell with porous plates at top and bottom. We can provide the top and bottom porous stones. The loading cap is placed on the top of the plate. So generally the specimen is like this way. So length and diameter is important. Here length and diameter. So here we can apply in the sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. The pressure will be applied on the particular specimen like this way. Three types of pressures will be applied. Major principal stress, minor principal. That means confining pressure, self pressure, sigma 3. So the water pressure will be like this way, compressed between the water. So the failure envelope. So here it consists of a water means bulging. Failure. This is the failure envelope. Failure envelope. Here certain angle will be there, that is called as indicated by alpha, and here pressure will be applied, and here also pressure sigma 3. So finally sigma 1 is equal to deviated stress plus sigma 3. So here also load will be applied. So the specimen is enclosed in the rubber membrane. Why you can use in this triaxial test rubber membrane is water cannot enter to the soil specimen. Why? Because of in this triaxial test we are connected by using the in between water. So rubber membrane to prevent its constant with the cell fluid. After filling this cell with fluid required, cell pressure is applied by means of constant pressure systems, and the additional axial force called deviator force is applied through the plunger, and the deviator force corresponding to different axial deformation at a regular interval is noted. In this test continues until the specimen fails. If the test continues even after 20% strain, it may be stopped and failure defined at a desired strain level up to 20%. So here in this axial in this trial test for calculating we have a formulas. So sigma d, deviated stress sigma d at any state of the test is given by sigma d is equal to deviated stress sigma d is equal to f by a suffix c. Deviated stress f is equal to deviator force, a suffix c is equal to corrected area of cross section of specimen. Corrected, c means corrected, a means cross sectional area of a specimen. And here at this stage when axial compression is delta L and changing the volume delta V. General volume we can indicated by V, change in volume indicated by delta V, and also change in length indicated by delta L. So initial length indicated by L suffix I, initial length indicated by L suffix I. So here initial volume VI is equal to initial cross sectional area multiplied by initial length of the specimen. Initial volume is equal to cross sectional area into length, initial cross sectional area. And at a stage of compression, the change in the volume cross sectional area length. So here we can write VI initial volume plus change in volume. Change in volume is equal to corrected cross sectional area multiplied by initial length plus change in length after deformation. So corrected area of cross section area of the compression is equal to cross section area is equal to VI by, that means initial volume change in volume by initial length plus change in length. Is it clear? So in this case undrained test of saturated of soil specimen. So here we can assume as delta V change in volume is equal to 0. So the equation changed as VI initial volume is equal to AI into LI. Substitute in particular equation, that is equal to AI into LI by LI minus D L. Sorry, here also minus. This is minus. Minus. So now we can common Li by Li will be cancelled. So 1 minus delta L by Li. That means strain. That means strain. Ai by 1 minus strain. This is the final equation. A suffix C is equal to Ai by 1 minus strain. This is equal to axial strain at the stage. So, after finding the deviated stress sigma D at at failure plane, we have major principal stress at failure, that is equal to sigma D is equal to sigma 1 is equal to sigma D plus sigma 3, major principal stress. With this setup, sigma 1 and sigma 3 values, Morse Coulomb failure, already we can know that Morse circle at failure is drawn. So you can draw the Morse Coulomb failure graph. So here some C value will be there. So like this way. Stress and strain, sigma and tau. So the advantage of this triaxial test is there is a complete control over the drainage condition. Overall control of the drainage condition, and also test can be easily conducted for all three types of drainage conditions, and pore pressure changes and the volumetric changes can be measured directly. The specimen is free on the weakest plane, and specimen is free to fail on the weakest plane. And disadvantages, the apparatus is elaborate, costly and bulky, and the drainage test takes a larger period as compared with that in a direct shear test. It is possible to determine the cross-section area of the specimen accurately at large strains. The consolidation of the specimen in the test is isotropic, whereas in the field the consolidation is generally anisotropic. Here, in case of drainage test, the test takes longer period as compared with in the direct shear test. These are the advantages and disadvantages of direct triaxial test. So here acting the sigma 1, sigma 3 and sigma D. The final formula for calculating this triaxial test, A suffix C is equal to corrected cross-sectional area of the specimen is equal to initial area by 1 minus axial strain. So this is the overall view of triaxial test.